Hi everyone, this is Shalini Joshi from magicalpainfreeliving.com, and I want to welcome you to this Facebook Live session, which is all about a story about a client who went from thinking about hip surgery to healing pain naturally. And I'm also going to be sharing with you the root cause of hip pain. It's not what most people think it is. And so before we jump into all of that, I just want to welcome each and every one of you who's joining me. If you're joining me live, please let me know. Just put a comment below, say hi. And if you or someone you know is struggling with hip pain, then maybe if you can tag them, just put their name below so that they can watch the video and gain some insights and benefit from this. So and if you are not watching live, you're watching the replay, just come and comment anyway, say hi, leave a comment below. And if you're watching this on my profile page, I've put a link above, like go here to watch the show. So you want to click that link so you'll come to my business page. And then if you leave a comment and if you're here, then I can know and we can have some live interaction. I know it's a bit tricky if you don't know, but there's a profile page and a business page, and I'm doing this from my business page. So if you want me to see your comments and just give some likes, you'll have to click that link above on my profile page and then join me here. So today again is all about hip pain and how I'm telling a story about how a client of mine was thinking about hip surgery, and then she was able to heal all the pain naturally. So I'm just going to jump right in. So the client that I'm talking about is Tanya Anderson, and she's an intuitive therapist, and she's a business entrepreneur, and she has a wonderful coaching business. Her website is called anexquisitelife.com. You can check it out. And Tanya had for a while, she had been struggling with different kinds of pains and aches all over her body, a little bit of allergy. But what was most stressful was that she had pain in both her hips. And she had been struggling with that for a while, and all kinds of, different things to help herself and get relief from that pain, but nothing seemed to be working, and it was really frustrating because it was interfering with her daily life, her work, in her relationships. And so what happened is, as she was moving around and meeting different people, who also had hip pain, they had all, told her that the best thing would be to go for a hip surgery. But there are people who had hip surgery and still were stuck with hip pain. So, since she wasn't getting any relief from her hip pain, she was slipping into the idea that, I have to get hip surgery, and she was really scared to get into it. And so she was kind of looking out for other ways to help herself. And I know Tanya and I had been together in a Bali retreat, and so she was familiar with my work. She knew I was a pain relief, expert in and we were friends. We were, we knew each other. And so when I had announced last year my group program, group coaching, online group coaching for pain relief, she was excited, and she signed up immediately and joined the group program. And so, as we began the group program, I go through different modules, and we were addressing what was going on with all of the people in the group physically. And Tanya was, she was of course having the hip pain, but there was like, throat issues with allergy, and just feeling achy and painy all over the body. And as part of the program, one of the things that we always do is look at what's going on emotionally with you. So, most of the people, when they're in pain, they're just looking at the physical symptoms and they're getting frustrated and like, this is what's keeping me from moving forward, and this is keeping me from, doing what I want to do. And they're very focused on the physical. So the main tool that I use is emotional freedom techniques. It's like emotional acupuncture, where you tap on key acupressure points on your body just with your fingertips as you tune into what's going on. So we tuned into what was going on physically and started using this technique just on the physical level of the aches and pains that she was having on her lower back, on in the hip area and other parts of the body. And she noticed instant reductions in her physical pain levels just by addressing the physical symptoms with this EFT tapping tool, which was great. And now she was able to just use this tool to just manage her pain on a day-to-day basis. But as we progressed in the program and got into the emotional part, what was going on emotionally with her life at the time. And she was feeling really frustrated and stressed, because she was saying that my life just feels like such a struggle right now. There were financial issues, there was of course the physical pain, and there was a lot of heavy emotion, saying that this is not the way I wanted my life to turn out. I'm trying so hard, and I'm doing so much, and I'm trying my best, and I still feel like I'm struggling, whether it was financially, whether it was struggling in the work, at the work that she was doing. Everything was feeling like a big struggle. And also physically, she wanted to lose a lot of weight, and every time you look in the mirror and you just feel so upset because you're trying so many things to lose weight and you're still stuck. And so she was angry at her body, and just feeling overwhelmed, and like everything was feeling like a big struggle, and she felt drained and exhausted day to day moving forward, just feeling tired and helpless and hopeless, like when is this ever going to change? And so as we began releasing, addressing those emotional issues and addressing the emotional pain that she was in, she started noticing more and more shifts in her physical pain, the pain in her hip, the pain in aches and pains in other part of the body started reducing significantly. And one of the other things that we do in my program is going to specific stressful incidents, key incidents that created a lot of stress. So key incidents, specific emotional experiences in the past, and going to what was going on in her work, what were some specific incidents that were going on in her work life, or specific incidents that were going on financially that was really creating a lot of burden, paying, having that financial flow was a big problem for her. And so as we started addressing specific incidents from her past that were creating a lot of stress for her, she started noticing even more reductions in her physical pain levels. So it was kind of, as we cleared out the emotional clutter, the emotional stress, the emotional painful experiences, and you can do that with this technique. And if you want to learn more I've put up a link at the above this video, and you can actually go, because in the video above, you can tap along and get relief from your pain instantly. So there's a link above here. Just go to that so you'll know how to do the tapping. But as Tanya was using this technique to address the pain at the physical level, the pain at the emotional level, and digging deeper and deeper into the root causes, which is old, emotional, painful incidents, past incidents that she experienced, which were giving her a lot of grief, a lot of stress. She started having pain-free days, and was also becoming aware of, just becoming aware of her body, because she said, I'm realizing now that, I am someone who just doesn't pay attention to what's going on with me emotionally. There's so much to do. There's so much to take care of. There's just so many things to attend to that I just, avoid all that's going on emotionally. And I'm just like, go, go, go. No time for all of this. And so she was feeling ahas about, like your body is speaking to you. You have to attend. You have to have a relationship with your body, and becoming aware that when you're in pain or you're having some kind of a symptom, that's your way that your body is trying to reach out and speak to you. So, just that awareness of every day tuning into your body and being aware, like, what is my body trying to say to me? Where am I storing stress? What stress am I storing in my body right now? And becoming more aware of that was a big aha for her. And, tuning into the body's wisdom daily and saying, okay, if I'm feeling ache and pain today, what's going on with me? And so as that new relationship with the body began, and as she was able to become more aware of that, her hip pain was really about what was going on emotionally with her, that, she started having a lot of, significant reductions in her pain levels, until one day, when we were meeting, she said, hey, I don't feel any pain. It's down to 0. I'm not experiencing pain anymore. And also she was feeling a lot less stressed about moving forward in her life. There was a lot more peace inside. There was a lot more clarity inside. There was a lot more, feeling in charge of her life. Like, I know how to move forward, and as I just tune in daily and clear the stress, then I have peace, I have clarity, and I can move forward feeling lighter, and like offloading this huge burden that I've been carrying forward with me. And so once she was free of her pain, she was just she didn't have to go into the surgery anymore. And now, I was just speaking to her a couple of days back, because I let her know that, I was going to do a Facebook Live. And she said now, she feels equipped now, because even when sometimes aches and pains show up in her life, she knows she has a tool now that she's able to use to manage her pain instantly, and she doesn't have to freak out and go into the slippery thought of, like, what's going on with my body. She's not in this lack of awareness. Now she has a relationship with her body. She has this communication with her body, and so if something does come up, she just goes inside and tunes in and says, like, what's going on, and she knows the tapping tool, and she can manage whatever shows up naturally, instantly and naturally. So that is how Tanya went from thinking about healing, going into surgery, to healing her pain completely naturally. And I just want to, go a little bit deeper. And if you are in hip pain And if you are, struggling and you've been trying different things and you haven't had relief, here are a bunch of questions that you want to ask yourself. Is, because hips, every part of your body has a specific functions. And if you think of your hips and the hip joint, it's one of the biggest, largest joints in your body. It helps you move forward, it helps you move backward. The hip bones can turn, so when you turn your body, the hip bones can rotate, and it's about changes, it's about changing direction. That's what hip joints help you with. And it's also something that helps you with moving forward, right? If you didn't have hip joints, you wouldn't be able to move forward. So when you're experiencing hip joints, you want to ask yourself, what's the pain in my life as I move forward? What pain am I holding on to? What's the struggle in my life moving forward? What are this heavy responsibility feelings that I'm feeling as I move forward, right? Because it's about moving forward. It's about, and because it's hip, it's not your upper back or your lower back, middle back, it's the lower back. It's the root chakra. And the root chakra is associated with all the root issues. And what are the root issues? Family issues, right? They're the root. Financial issues, and just kind of like the fear of survival, right? You've seen the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The root is, the basics. And when you are having fears about how am I going to survive, and am I going to be able to survive, and struggles with money and struggles with not knowing how to support yourself anymore, then you're going to experience lower back or hip pain. And those are the root issues that you need to address, because the pain in your body isn't, it's not something random, like one day your body starts to have pain. There's some struggle that's been going on moving forward. There's some fears moving forward. There's lack of support. That's what you're feeling as you're moving forward. And also maybe a lot of responsibility moving forward. Maybe you are feeling like you have to support someone moving forward, and that weight of that responsibility is just bogging you down. So here are some tips for you to work with. And like I said, if you want to use my tool, Emotional Freedom Techniques, EFT tapping, I've posted a link above that you can go to, and it's a live tapping video, and you can tap along and experience pain relief instantly. So thank you so much. If you have any questions about hip pain, let me know on the comments below. And if this resonated with you, and if you think there are people that who are struggling with hip pain that might benefit from this, please feel free to share this, to tag people, or to leave a comment and ask a question, because once we're done, I will be looking at the comments and answering questions. And I hope you'll join me next week again. And if you have questions, please leave the comments below, because I'm planning to do a Q&A, a Facebook Q&A. So if you post comments below, I will be answering those in the Q&A call that I will soon be doing. And if you want to continue having, learning about getting more information on how you can heal pain naturally, please subscribe to my, please sign up so that you can be informed about these shows, and you can tune in whether live or watch them on replay. So thank you so much. I can't see who's joined me so far, but I know there are people joining. I can see there's some people out there, but I don't see any comments. So thank you for joining me. I hope you got some tips about how you can work with hip pain and use emotional freedom techniques tapping, and click the link above to tap along and feel relief from hip pain instantly. Thank you for joining. I'll see you next week, same time, same day, and with another story and some more tips and tools on how to be pain-free naturally. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.